Good morning, Cliff. How are you doing today? Welcome to Moops in the Morning for Memorial Day, May the 27th, 2024. I'm obviously joined by Cliff. Hi, Cliff. Oop, did I hit the right button there? I hit the right button. Yay. And then that button. Where's the... It's 6 in the morning. I'm not Elton Brown. I don't eat popcorn for breakfast. Elton Brown, if you're not familiar with him, is an American, Southern American, I was going to say South American, Southern American cook, chef, host, who has advocated popcorn for breakfast. One, because if you make it from scratch and let it cool down, you pour it in a bowl and pour milk and sugar on it, then in my opinion, you do throw it away and go get something decent for breakfast. That's my thought. I can't imagine eating popcorn for breakfast. It's 11 p.m. for you in Australia? New Zealand? Next Saturday is popcorn. Is it next Saturday is popcorn day? Let me look at the calendar here. 2 Saturdays from now. June the 8th is popcorn day. UK. It's 11 at night in the UK? No, it's 6 a.m. here, 11 a.m. I believe, but not 11 p.m. Unless you work nights. Oh, okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Thank you. Whew. I was actually just thinking about, I have not been over for a while. So I was going to go visit Pi in Denmark and then go visit my cousins in Sweden. And I thought, you know what, that throws me in, I always fly British Air when I go over. Because. And I thought, I could go spend a week in London again. I haven't been to London since 2016. My friend and I used to go in and do a week of theater. She'd fly up from Australia, I'd fly in from the States. We'd hang out for a week. I'd go to museums, not her cup of tea. We'd go to art museums, which we both enjoyed. We'd hang out with her relatives, which we both enjoyed, eat nice meals, go to the theater. It was a great way to spend a week, but I suppose I should ask her if she's interested in it. She's not as fond of flying as she used to be, so I might have to go back down to Australia to see her. But go for a couple of days in... Yeah, tell me about it. Spend a couple of days in London, take the train over to Brussels, take the train over to Aachen, visit some friends there, up to Denmark, have my cousin come over from Sweden and pick me up. That'd be a fun week. Fly back to London, fly back to the States. My dogs would hate me, but we can wait. We will see where they're at in a year. Much is changing. Much is changing. And then the year after, I'll go to Australia. It's just rude of me to ask my son to come spend his holiday week at my house taking care of the dogs, so I have to kind of plan these things out. And I can't take them with, because you can't take pit bulls over to London. They don't like pit bulls. I mean, BBs would never, yeah, they probably would. They'd probably chew through the cage, eat everything in the luggage containers. Wouldn't be good. Anyway, it is a holiday here in the States, so not too surprised if nobody joins us today. So I'm going to do my thing. What have I got today? Undine ships Dabo and Herc frigates. That does not sound exciting. But let's get on to a tune that's got a little bit better ship characteristics. I did play a little bit over the weekend here. New stuff starts tomorrow. Yes, hang on. Come here. Come here, little one. No, I'm not going to... Oh, God, come here. Come here. If you want to get up on my lap, you have to come over here. Thank you. Ah! Little one's like, pick me up, pick me up. Hide under desk. Hide under extremely wide desk. Where if I move too fast, I'm going to club myself in the head. There we are. All right. Let's see. Destroy some Herc frigates. Oh, I have a moth in here. Big moth. And the dog's licking my hand, which... I love my dog, but licking my hand kind of warps me out because I can't focus. Excuse me. Let's do this. See if anybody's interested in doing that. And in the meantime, we'll go see if we can shoot some Undine ships. So I'm going to have some company in about 8 weeks. Staying with me for a while. Speaking of company, hi.
Good morning.
Good morning. I'm going to unqueue from there. And we've got a hate. Wow, everybody's up this morning. Cliff says, oh, the old lick in the hand play. So, Cliff, when we had that Vlugta asteroid thing, what was it, 2 weekends ago? You know, it takes one hand to play the asteroid game, right? You don't need 2 hands. You just need 1 hand. I'd use the up, down, left, right keys to do it. And, Loki's licking my left hand while I'm trying to do it with my right hand. And the sensory input is so overwhelming from having a hand being licked that I'm like, brain no work. It was not good. She was very upset that I had to make her stand on the ground. So apparently we had a big storm roll through last night, which I, being very tired, was completely unaware of. Dogs being tired, slept through the entire night. I got up at 4:30 this morning, and not only is it wet outside, but it's still kind of raining, and the dogs hate to go out in rain. So they went out. They went out. We're like, oh, we have to pee so much, but we're not going to go. We're going to pee on the deck. I don't care. They're like, so this is okay? Yeah, that's okay. All right. When I get the deck covered, it'll be a different story. That will not be so good. But for right now, just goes out there. Goes out into the lawn. I don't have to deal with it. And good morning to you, Hate.
Hello.
Hello. You guys are up early. It's the one day I don't have to get up early. But I did.
I've been up all night, pretty much.
No, I took advantage of it being a holiday weekend and tried to get to bed early at least twice. I'm going to put you back down, Fifi. There you go. As I slowly move everything around the house. Yes, Loki is aptly named. She is the Hellspawn. Fifi is not aptly named. I actually don't know what Ophelia is named for. She's just Ophelia.
Today's a holiday, right?
Pardon?
Today is a holiday?
Today is definitely a holiday. It is Memorial Day.
Okay.
Memorial Day all day long. Yeah. And I had to go in and do payroll yesterday, so I went into the office. And I didn't do a few tasks because, you know what? They don't pay me extra for coming in on a holiday, so the heck with that. So I'll wait till tomorrow. And actually, starting last week, I no longer work full-time, which is kind of a pain in the butt because I like money, but they don't know it yet, but I'm going to retire by the end of this year. Maybe. We will see. All depends on how life goes. Would anybody like to join me for stuff?
Sure. I'm waiting for this red alert to pop. I don't know.
Which one are you waiting on? Oh, you got it? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
First thing in the morning on a holiday, nothing's popping. Yesterday, I was trying to queue up Crystalline Catastrophe on Federation. It would not pop. It was 6 in the morning, so I shouldn't be too surprised. Came back at 2 in the afternoon, and I barely could get the button clicked before it was like, well, we're ready to go. Yes, Cliff, stuff, the final frontier. That is indeed what it is. Let's see, do I have stuff?
Ground Kentucky.
Say that again?
I got ground, Kentucky.
Sinkethy?
Yeah.
On the ground. Ugh, there's not really a good TFO for that one. The thing I use for that is the episode, Signs and Portents. Yeah, Signs and Portents. And then I just keep that queued up at all times.
Yep.
Once I've done it on the one tune, or the one of 2 tunes who I like to use, I've got one on Federation, one on Klingon. Just always have it set to go. Well, while we let id run his red alert, I'm going to beam down. go turn my two EPOs. So Sob doesn't yell at me for having junk. Mom, you have so much stuff. Let's see, what have I got here? I have a Evolved White Turbo and a Forest Turbo. No, EPO. River Forest. Is that an adult? Yep. And then the evolved one's over here. There, I got those two done. So part of my weekend was setting up more of my house. So last weekend I put up pictures. This weekend I tried to figure out how my stereo wasn't working, because my stereo wasn't working. Yes, I have a stereo. I'm very old school. I didn't have a stereo. My husband had multiple ones because he listened to music when I was living here in Indy. But I set it up, got the DVD player set up to run through it, got the computer set up to run through it so I can listen to stuff now. Hid all the wires. The turntable is shot, though. That's the problem. I feel very bad that my turntable no longer works. And I was looking at replacing the turntable. And apparently my husband had much better taste than I was aware of it. It's a $2,000 turntable.
I mean, if you want, I can take a look at it.
It's a direct drive, so my guess is it's probably the motor isn't shot. It's probably, the brushes are shot.
Yeah, but I'll gladly take a quack at it.
That would be great. I'm not going to replace it. I gave away most of my LPs during the whole move thing. Okay, I sold them, but I still have maybe 30 left, and one of them is the Picard soundtrack, which I have not played yet, because as I was moving stuff, I was noticing that the tone arm got itself knocked loose, so the lovely moving coil cartridge, I think the needle is shot from going sideways. But that's replaceable. I know how to change cartridges. I know how to balance the tone arm. I don't know that I can afford a new needle at the moment. I mean, or a new cartridge. I don't think he left me a cartridge. Maybe he did. Maybe I just haven't found that. Fortunately, in the interim, I have a real life. The score is lovely. Absolutely, that score is great. They did well in choosing to use that music. I need to go back and watch Picard again, but as I was saying, no, not next weekend, but the weekend following, they are doing the Lord of the Rings marathon. Your door opened again, Ed.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Disconnecting for some reason.
Because Twitch has been super twitchy today, but that's Discord. I don't know about Discord.
Okay, my Borg is done.
Okie dokie. Let me send out some invitations here.
I can actually run another one if need be.
Well, hold on.
That was
You,
five.
One TF4 never. Yeah.
say that again?
I have one Borg TF4
Oh,
never.
I'm happy to do a Borg TF. What
If
character
you
are
guys
you?
want a new one, I don't mind joining.
You're on Quinn?
So, let me just finish up this one.
Okay. Let me know when you're done. So, Ed, you did the R8, right?
Yes.
Okay, good. Well, that makes my life slightly easier this morning.
Yes. I did the red alert because it was up,
Okay.
and I was here. I was like, might as well.
Okay. So that should be all 5 for you then.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, red alert doesn't count towards most TF4. Is that still true?
Say that again?
Red alert board does not count towards,
No, red alert board does
Borg
not count
TFO?
towards a Borg TFO.
Oh, okay. Nah.
Yeah, no. That'd
thought
be
they might have
way
changed
too
that.
easy. Though, if you do the red alert and you need Borg kills, those count. But we could do ISA. We could do we could do anything you want.
Yeah.
Do you have anything, Id, that needs to get done Borg-wise?
Borg-wise?
Borg-wise.
No.
Okay.
Partly done with my green level repair hull in space. I needed to destroy Tholian ships 10, and I need to do Tetrion damage in space for 500,000.
You
So I'm gonna go.
Tholian red alert will take care of your Tholians for you.
Yeah.
And I'll do it fast. But how about we do an ISA so we can do that for Hate and get him his Borg TFO? Does that work for you guys?
I'm just
I'm
gonna
not
go
for
fetch
anything.
my
I'm
my
on
Tetrion
fly.
weapons.
Okay, go get your Tetrion weapons. I have Herc frigates on this tune, so if you guys wouldn't mind doing a swarm with me when we're done, it would make it easy for me. They will be expecting that. Correct, Cliff. So my big accomplishment for yesterday was I kind of cleaned my kitchen.
Nice.
Well, I have this. It's the weirdest layout for a kitchen. It's physically decent sized, but really weird little cabinets with most of them being interior angles, so they're completely useless in my opinion. And they're also narrow cabinets. Believe me, I'm gutting this kitchen at some point. So there's no room for all the utensils. Either they're all jammed in a drawer or they're on top of the shelf. So I went to Goodwill yesterday, which by the way does sell furniture.
Nice.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that. And I found a wine rack, like just hexagonal wire shapes that were welded together next to each other. And it's supposed to be mounted under a cabinet. But I thought if I just stick it vertically on the countertop, it should hold everything. And it did. Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Would you like to join us for a little Borg TFO?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Cool. Let me send you an invitation.
Just log in.
Okay. You log in. We'll wait for you. Anyway, so for $2.99, I was able to get something that should work till I gut the kitchen, which won't be for another year.
So.
So, what did you get?
This cheap wine rack. It's just hexagons that are welded together, so it's maybe 12 inches wide
so
by...
like a basic way to hold
Yeah.
the wine. That's
Yeah.
sufficient. That's cool.
Right, except I stuck it vertically and then just stuffed everything in there. And it worked just fine.
Well, if it works, then it's fine.
It's not...
As a saying, if a solution is stupid but it works, it's no longer stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Cliff says, that's Starfleet engineering for you. Exactly.
Balana Torres would have been proud.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Be right up her alley.
I got hit by the cosplay bug again the other day.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Here's a quick look at the new team.
Right, I'm in.
Okay.
New endeavor.
Oh, that cosplay big bug.
Oh, good, eh?
I like the
I don't want
doctors.
to do
Very
that.
casual.
And I don't want to do that.
I do love the hair, though.
Rolls.
Oh, the white one's really good. I like that white uniform.
Right, got rerolls, but I'm not happy about them. Anyway, I'm in.
All right, Chris, let me send you an invitation here.
I mean, I was not happy about what was before, so I guess I'm less unhappy with what I have now. So far away. The Zenkethi ships in the battle zone, anti-proton damage. I don't think I have a build for anti-proton. Usually stick a...
There was AP, the Herald stuff from the last event. You can just throw that on. Then you don't have to buy anything.
Any of my builds. Although...
So I'm working on 2 cosplays for the Star Trek convention that they're having at DT Sweating. I like to put it that way. And I found the pieces. Now I have to actually put them all together in the next 8 weeks. So I have the red dress from Picard, and I have Beverly's pink suit from... it's not... Is it the Manhunt? No, The Big Goodbye.
Oh, and I don't remember titles of the episodes.
That's the one. That's the first Dixon Hill holodeck adventure.
Oh, I
We
don't
need-
like those. I definitely wouldn't remember.
That
We
one was...
need an entire. Go ahead.
I was going to say, that was the one that was really well done. I think they got an Emmy for it. Or some
I'm
kind
not
of
saying
award
that
for it.
not well done. It's just not my cup of tea. That is detective 20s, 30s,
Well,
40s.
it's not that, because that thing disappears a few minutes in when they get the real episode going.
Yeah.
But they're
Fair
stuck on the holodeck is the whole point there. Is
Yeah.
everybody ready for a little ISA?
Sure.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
okay.
I read a fragment of an interview with Frakes about him shooting the final episode. Like,
Yeah, I
don't
just-
know if he shot both of them. I wasn't here, so if he talked about it, I'm sorry about duplicating.
No, I happened to see that pop up in my feed this morning, but I haven't read it or listened to it yet.
I read only the fragment. I just didn't. I left it for later, but I
Yeah.
read the fragment that he was kind of glad that he didn't know at the time that this is the finale.
Ah,
This is that he didn't. They shot it with the expectation that the 6th season is going to happen, right?
oh,
Yeah.
And,
Weeble?
and he wasn't aware that this is the last time he's working with Sonika, because they were like talking about stuff about how to approach certain aspects of these stories. And very personal in the finale, still while still trying to do something of an epic clash. So they try to like balance it, and I kind of get it. And it's kind of interesting that he's glad he didn't know, because it might have affected the way he approached it.
oh, sure,
Would have
absolutely.
overdone it, and that would just went out naturally. Just went out as if they were shooting, and it kind of works.
Yeah.
I don't know if he shot the finale as well. He just shot, and I know he like directed the penultimate episode that aired last week.
Yeah.
I don't know who directs this one that's gonna happen this week.
Is this the last one this week?
Finale. This is the last one, yeah. There's a lovely irony to the beginning of the show, the first 2 episodes, which they are ending now with. There is a cathartic closure aspect to it, just because of where the events are located. So I'm really happy the way it went out. That's why I'm in Demon. I'm in the Refit Discovery Crossfield.
Oh, we got a fun team today.
The Nenite probes can repair the transporters. Stop them!
Like Break, he has something of like built-in humility. He doesn't like Drago. I'm such a great director. He's like always talking about the workshop, the approach. There's something very humble about him.
Well, that's probably why people like working with him.
Yeah, everyone who ever shot anything Star Trek or even non-Star Trek was like always praising him for being a very attentive but also a very patient director, I
Yeah.
guess. And he gives good instructions so you can get a better idea what's expected of them. I think it's a mark of a good director, I guess. Because if there's no good cooperation, so it's like
They
sometimes you need to be guided, right? And
Oh yeah, definitely.
the director doesn't do that. If he just gives you like, just follow the script, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? The script doesn't say what I feel, what I go through. There's no mentioning. You don't tell me anything. What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to imagine things? I could like play it 10 different ways, and I don't know which one is one to expect.
Well, a great example of a good director versus a not good director is Lawrence Kasdan versus George Lucas. Same author for this stuff, but Kasdan can pull a great performance out of people and gives them direction and meaning, and you know where everything's going, and you can see the feelings that they've
Lucas
got.
is not a good director.
That's my
Lucas
point.
is-
Lucas is not a good director. Kasdan
Yeah.
is.
I don't understand why Lucas got the award for like, was it like overall work or something?
Lifetime achievement.
Lifetime achievement.
Lifetime
I'm like,
achievement-
What did he achieve? I mean, yeah, he made up Star Wars, but it wasn't people in like, who was it, 20th Century Fox, who saw the rough cut of the first Star Wars film that they recut it and like re-edited it because it was so atrocious and because
Well,
what it was.
He also was responsible for what was the Industrial Light and Magic? Huge part of what he accomplished for films.
yeah, and
Oh,
yeah,
that's
Industrial
true,
Light
yeah.
and Industrial Light and Magic is his.
It's still one
He's-
of the most creative places to make special effects and stuff.
And
so
that's part of the lifetime. And that's a huge part of the lifetime achievement.
the
It's not
legacy carries
necessarily.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
it's-
but
go ahead.
the awards like Oscars and all, he was actually barred from because he moved the credits.
There
Do you
used,
mean that the what? Like,
used to be required that all credits run before the movie.
oh, and because they are at the end of the Star Wars,
Right.
He, got
He was
banned
one of
from
the first
receiving an
ones to
Oscar
put
nomination?
all. Because he moved it to the end.
What?
They
What a ridiculous thing!
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a thing.
Yeah, I think it was a requirement for consideration. You could do it, but that kind of kicked you out.
Yeah.
And he was like the first big guy to decide to do what he wanted to do for the structure of the film. Because if you run the credits all the way at the beginning, it's boring. I'm sorry, but it takes you right out of your world. It says, here's a movie.
The only movie series that it kind of worked, and I guess it still kind of works, is maybe James Bond films.
Mm-hmm.
Because the credits are a thing in itself. They always try to make a credit roll that somehow, like, either suggests the story, the premise, or the theme of the film in the Bond movies. And
Oh,
there's
yeah.
always unique music. But
Mhm.
overall, I do hate credits at the beginning of the film.
Yeah,
So
but-
I
Yeah.
do like that aspect to it. I didn't know he was the first one to do it, though.
Yeah, so
He wasn't the very first, but I think he was the first to basically tell the Academy.
First big one. First big name, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's why how we have the term, a movie trailer is because they used to play at the end. They trailed the movies,
Mm-hmm.
and he basically flipped that script on its head and went, yeah, I don't care, I'm doing it this way.
And it actually works better. And when you go to see a movie these days, if you have, especially with the big production ones, can you imagine sitting through 10 minutes of credits before the movie starts? That's just going to pull you away from it. If you go back to the 1930s and 1940s movies where the credit roll was maybe 2.5 minutes, maybe, because they didn't give everybody credit on screen first of all, and
Plus, there were smaller productions compared
Yeah.
to what is being done today. There's
exactly very small
not much
productions.
involved back then, yeah. Still, like, my God.
Do you guys
I
want to do
hate when
Swarm with me?
credits are-
Okay, let me queue up Swarm.
Another thing he did when Star Wars was coming out was insist that the theaters that got the movie met his requirements.
Weeble?
Which meant the early forms of DTS and sound staging.
He wanted to make she was very particular about how this movie sounded.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
how it was presented.
And if a theater did not match his requirements, they did not get a print.
Wow. Strict. I mean, in theory, limiting to your viewership potentially, but he just wanted a specific experience for the people.
What made it really
Mainly-
interesting is it forced theaters to upgrade their equipments to more or to higher standards if
Yep.
they wanted to show the movies, or they'd have to do it in a second or third run. So
yeah, that
it,
doesn't generate as much revenue as they'd want. So.
Exactly.
Mhm.
yep, yes,
You
there's an
gotta do it.
investment. Yeah.
Yeah, I do like when, I guess I do like the concept of like film requiring the movie theater to meet a certain standard, because like you can go watch the same film in 2 different cinemas, and if like in one, and I know that from experience in my city, there is a multitude of like larger sort of multiplex complexes, at least 3
Mhm.
larger ones, which are part of like a franchise that's countrywide or even larger. There is a difference, and you notice it like in the sound.
Oh,
Like,
definitely.
especially in the sound. I know a cinema that has a few rooms, screening rooms, that are just absolutely atrocious when it comes to sound. It's just too loud, and it, for me, ever since I lost my hearing and I regained it, but I still have a tinnitus that is very fragile to louder sounds,
Yes.
louder noises. If the sound isn't balanced, I immediately hear a louder tinnitus than everything else, and I suffer, and I just don't enjoy the film. Once I even considered leaving, but I was just like too interested in the story, so I was just like, yeah. But sound is half of the experience. I was talking
It
to
is.
my mom on Saturday that without music score properly done, the movie doesn't tell the story properly. You can make it like tear squeezing scenes, but if there's no music like that affects you emotionally, it feels like you're watching a studio rehearsal, and it just feels awkward.
Chris, I assume
And
you
I-
have that one that you just pulled up to. Oh, looks like we've got all the
Music kind
satellites.
of embedded itself.
Yeah, music is a huge part of it.
Music and sound in general. I like one of the reasons I don't like Polish cinema, modern cinema, is of dialogue sound. It's just I don't know what they're saying half the time, and this is my native tongue, and I don't know what they're saying. I don't like these films because I have to have like, I don't know, like adjustments on the home TV setup when the dialogues are like brought up because they're recorded in such a poorly fashion, and no one actually cares to do anything in post processing. They're trying to like be very realistic in how the sound is recorded, but it just doesn't play off in the cinema. So I have a rule of not watching Polish films in theaters because I lose the dialogue lines half the time.
And
And
good
it's not
morning.
even my hearing. That was always an issue. Even if I had my perfect crystal clear hearing and I hadn't had any tinnitus, it was still like, what did they say? I didn't understand half the dialogue.
I'll get back to that in 1 second. After I say good morning, Obi-Wan.
Hello.
To that point, I didn't like Lower Decks the first year it was out because the dialogue ran so fast and so loud, and it wasn't
Well,
until
it's still an issue for them, I guess.
yeah, well, DT finally reached over when we were watching it in Vegas and hit the closed caption button. It's like, oh, now I get it.
Refugee ships heading down, escaping
The only
down
problem with
the
subtitles, if I understand the language, they distract me and I don't watch the film, I read. So I would have to like watch the film or whatever it is twice. Once to read the dialogue and secondly to see what's going on screen.
I've
Yeah,
just
that's a
grown
good
up with
point.
anime. Well, not grown up, but I've had anime in my life for so long that reading subs and watching the screen are easy enough
Much
to do.
agreed.
As Cliff says,
depends on
mumble,
many
mumble,
dialogues
mumble.
that
Yes,
there are.
Captain, immediately. Exactly.
That's so spot on.
It's funny.
What the hell is that effect?
My actual
What,
mom, I showed
myself on
her
who's doing that shoe thingy.
Lower Decks recently, because I was like, "This is right up your alley. It's the same silly comedy that you like, and it's Star Trek, which you love,
Oh, there you go.
and it's from all the Star Trek-y bits that you like the most, but it's just delivered in a different like kind of concoction." And she's like, "I love it, but also it's too fast."
It is too
It's like,
fast.
oh,
Closed caption.
okay. Hang with it. because it does slow down, and then it is way more digestible, and the fun is actually more enjoyable because it does slow down a bit eventually.
It does, yeah.
It takes a season or two. But it's
Like,
more fun.
Do you remember
Like-
that line from the crossover when they did the live action one?
Oh, that was she loved that. I showed her that one episode. And she fucking loved it because she was like, "It's like Stargate and Star Trek had a baby, and it's more fun." She loved it. Their favorite episode.
I will remind you, this is family friendly, so let's watch our language.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
There we
It
go.
was fantastic.
Well, I like the fact that, what's her name? Mariner throws out a line. They all talk so
Yeah.
slow, and I'm like, thank you!
Yes, at the end.
Yeah, because
That
when...
was such a great nod to themselves. That was so amazing.
Well, I got to meet her, and that was my one comment about why I didn't watch it the first year. Is the language is so fast and so loud, I don't understand it. And then that line comes up in the live action. I'm like, yes, they were aware of it. Thank you.
I think everyone championed to that line. Like,
Oh yeah,
okay, yes.
that
yes,
that was just great. But
I
Lower
know,
Decks did have some of the best episodes of all Trek, just because it drew on so many things that we love.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ed, I
Another-
interrupted you.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
it's all right. I know it's not really your cup of tea, but if you actually watch all of Prodigy, and I still can't wait for season 2 to come out, it is possibly some of the best Trek in the last 10, 20 years.
Is it? You mean the second season, or you're referring to the first one?
The first season.
Yeah,
Or-
I do
or
agree.
What shows us?
They put
Star Trek
no-
Prodigy.
Yeah,
That's
they
the-
put
is that the
nods to every
Nickelodeon one?
era,
Yeah.
Yeah. Which,
But in a way that
Oh,
it doesn't feel repetitive. It doesn't
Yeah.
feel like it's, oh, we've seen that happen before. Like, no, it was...
well, it
Right.
is. Well, it is a kid show in spirit. They don't pull any punches.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. Storytelling and story-wise, they definitely... The team that was given that project, they knew what they were doing. They were quite aware of the law, and they use it in a very brilliant way, not to be obnoxious right in your face, but not patronizing, but the story itself, it does like feel like it's a continuity to Voyager and everything that happened post Nemesis. Like in the way that I wanted Picard to do, but they didn't do it properly the first 2 seasons. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, we're going to
Prodigy
pretend the
definitely-
first 2 seasons of Picard didn't happen. Thank you.
I do. I mean, I did like some of the elements from season 1. No, sorry, season 2. Season 1 didn't exist for me. Like there was
Season 1 had Santiago Cabrera in it, which...
season 2 also had him, and that's
Yeah, and they misused it, that whole storyline. He was just like
Oh,
there.
the Spaniard. I love
I
him.
still
Oh my
and
God,
they
he's so good.
misused.
They wrote him up by remaining in the
it could've
21st
been
century.
so
I
much
still
more
can't stand
fun.
it.
Yeah, I hate that they
But-
did that.
Agreed.
Also, that's very non-Star Trekky, not non-Starfleet. I don't think even Picard should have agreed to this.
Hmm.
Understanding aside, this is still something that contaminates the timeline one way or another. And
Cliff
it
says
affects the
they were a
future.
long trailer for season 3. Correct. The thing is
Yeah.
that concept of a captain who's got so much psychological damage that he has to figure himself out through multiple EMs of himself, or excuse me, holograms of himself.
Versions of himself, yeah.
Right. That's such an interesting concept, and they didn't go deep. I
Yet
wanted
they
to see
used
season
it.
2 as dealing with that, or seeing an entire series just based on that. That was so well done. And they didn't do it.
Plus, he was very nice to look at.
That too. Mm.
Christopher Rios, was it?
Yeah.
What's his
Christopher
name?
Rios,
Yeah,
Freedom
Rios,
Fighter in World War III, coming this summer to Paramount Plus.
I mean,
He
they
was
could have
so
even
fun,
kept
though.
him in the cast by keeping a hologram on La Sirena, and La Sirena is completely unused in season
Oh, yeah.
3.
Yeah. The La Sirena is
Agreed.
such a great ship.
So, you remember, what was his name? Commodore or something. Anyway,
Biggles? Commodore Biggles?
no, President,
Chekhov?
Hannah.
The Terran one?
No, the Confederation one from season
Oh,
two.
yeah, wasn't-
yeah, the weird one. Yeah,
Wasn't that
So
somebody's
that-
husband?
That role was originally supposed to go to Chakotay.
Oh.
Yeah.
And he turned it
about that.
down, saying that he turned it down, saying it didn't interest him.
Okay.
Right. So the actor who they got is Isa Barones' dad.
That's
Yeah,
who it
so
was,
he's
right?
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a small role.
I mean,
but
I
it
think
was
he
well
worked.
done.
I think he worked better like a completely unknown character than being Chakotay. Really,
Right.
I don't know. I never liked Chakotay. I love as much as I love Voyager. I would have lived without him being in the show,
Yeah,
and that's not even because he was poorly written, a Native American. because
Oh,
of the
he was a horribly
fraud
written Native
consultant.
American. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's because of that fraudulent consultant.
to
and
nothing
also
on to
the
him.
Production
Yeah.
team that never checked him, never
Yeah.
vetted him. So that's partially on him. It's more like the producers completely didn't like vet him properly. Like
Nope.
they didn't check his credentials.
Nope,
like, what?
nope, they did not.
And that was so ridiculous. Like this Akuchi Moya thing was so annoying. I hated every single episode that was centric around him and his belief system. And not because I had don't dislike Native Americans. It's just like I don't know much about them, but I know they don't do that kind of stuff. And I
Well,
was like,
some of it-
that sounds fake.
some of it was
That
real.
looks wrong.
But-
yeah, but the way it was depicted, it
Was
not
badly
exactly.
done. But yeah, some of it does draw on real Native American, but the problem is a lot of it doesn't.
But in a very ignorant way. It was.
Yeah, thank you. That's a
not
way to put it.
It was done
man,
in an
I've-
ignorant way.
As an Aztec, or a modern Aztec, I've heard plenty of things. People saying Aztecs didn't do this and that, and I'm like,
Like what?
we're kind of the worst of the bunch as far as I don't know, sacrifice.
Well, that's
and,
well, yeah.
just-
Well, I don't know that that's arguable.
yeah.
Different
It
times.
was a bloody past. It was a bloody past, to say the least. We're a little evangelical when it came to just our own beliefs back in the day.
Cliff says saw him at a
Right.
convention. He's such a gentleman, introducing people to each other. That's amazing. I'm so glad to hear that because his
So cool.
online persona is awful. But I'm really happy.
He's not so great online. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, he's
And
going to
that thing
switch
is very nice.
characters for Zenkethi Ground Endeavor. So, okay. I don't know if we can team for Zenkethi Ground. Because
Yeah.
I don't know that the kills team up, and it's not like you get any extras, you just get them faster.
Oh, this thing right now.
We need more stuff like that.
Yeah, I never cared for Chakotay, so I was glad he wasn't there. And one of the reasons that I disliked his concept being in part of Prodigy.
Is he part of Prodigy?
Only
He spoiled it
i-
himself. Yeah,
Oh,
he is.
yeah.
but
He is, but he's kind of on the fringes.
Okay.
He the whole was the original captain of the Protostar
Oh.
and is missing in action.
Ah.
So Janeway was kind of on the lookout and he surfaces at some point, but we never see him in the flesh. So
Okay.
We see holograms and we get
retrospections,
flashbacks.
yeah.
And, yeah. But that's about it.
He
Season
plays
2,
himself. Beltran
Yeah.
is voicing him, and he kind of spoiled it before the show came on. He said, "Yeah, I'm in it," and they were like, "Jesus Christ! Did no one tell him to shut up?" I
Well,
wasn't supposed to tell, but
it's kind of like Denise Crosby.
yeah.
she did the same.
Whoops.
Just yo,
Whoops. Yeah, I can keep my mouth shut better than that.
I think it was just she was excited to be part of something Star Trek because Picard missed her. So
Yeah.
she kind of missed her chance on Picard, which I think it was a big miss.
Yeah, I agree, but
They could have used her in some way.
yeah, and that season
Although,
3 would have been challenging because
cool.
they had so many people where it was just
Yeah,
that-
it would have been cramped. That's true. They
Yeah.
already couldn't get Mulgrew for two reasons. One of them was budget, so
Yeah.
they couldn't afford her.
I think the way that
There was so many people.
I think they did it with Shaw promoting Seven really worked out so well for the storyline.
It
'Cause-
worked great, and Tuvok being there was a lovely legacy because they shared
Mhm.
closeness from Voyager. Like he was trying to guide Seven at times,
Yeah,
as
but-
well as the Doctor. We could have used a Doctor though.
Yeah.
That would have been full circle closure.
I just
The
like
Doctor.
Go ahead.
The Doctor will be in season 2 of Prodigy.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, Picardo said he's voicing it as well, which is cool. I do like the concept, and I'm wondering if they give him like full-fledged freedom, like he's fully autonomous, like we saw him in the alternate future of the from the end game from Voyager. Or
Yeah. So
is he a writer? Does he give himself a name now? I'm just curious about that.
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought that was one
He
of the
did in
non-canonical
the ori-
canon things.
Yeah,
in the alternative future he did was Joe, which was very
Yeah, yeah.
creative name.
I thought in one
7
of
years
the
and he came up with Joe.
I thought in one of the books he became an established author. I want to say he called himself Dr. Zimmerman or whatever, but I thought there was an homage back to Zimmerman in it because I know the character, the human character that the EMH is based on, is named Zimmerman, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he worked on Jupiter Station.
Right, right.
Yeah.
They had a holographic recreation of his laboratory when they were trying to
Right, that was
service
that.
Doctor. Yeah.
Star Trek Voyager 3, The Search for Chakotay.
Oh, Jesus.
But like I said, I thought Shaw giving Seven the promotion did a couple of things. One, it gave her the promotion, but it showed a character development on Shaw's part,
Yeah.
which
The
We
thing
thought
is,
he's not gonna change. I love the way they played him. He was so stubborn that almost until the end he kept calling her Hanson, and I was like, that pissed me off so much. I couldn't stand it. And then I noticed that okay, at the end he calls when he's on his deathbed, he's 7 of 9, and I'm like, yes, finally he learned. And then we learned that he learned that before we even like got to
Yeah.
that point because
because
his report
he-
already recommended her.
yeah, and he sent that before they even went out on that mission, and it's like
Yeah, I was like, what? He was all along
he was
rooting for
hazing her.
Yeah,
He was
think he was-
he was basically testing her and pushing her.
mm-hmm.
I like that for her. I just honestly, from being just like a blonde bimbo brought on the season 4. I mean, I loved the concept of 7 of 9, but you know, when you saw her in the jumpsuit after she was like
Oh God, yeah.
taking off all the Borg stuff, you knew why this specific actress brought on board.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mulgrew, as lovely as she was in like her 40s, she wasn't a sex appeal, right? She wasn't obviously vixen sexy kind of thing. She was authoritative figure, and her character was also kind of off-putting in a sexual way. So she wasn't
yeah.
very targeted
And
for male audiences in any way.
and I don't think
And
Tess
Jill-
did anything in terms of sexual
Tess,
appeal.
no,
either.
because they constantly underline that she's like 3 years old.
Yeah, and there's no
and
way
then
that's
there
not
was
creepy.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was no way they was not creepy with.
Even though
Neelix.
her race are a bunch of cat people, and she's basically middle
And
aged
they
by the time we
basically
meet her.
lived 4 years maximum, so I
Yeah.
guess it was understandable, but still, it was kind of
Yeah,
weird. I don't know.
it's basically the same commentary that Shakespeare does with Romeo and Juliet, where Romeo is in his 20s and she's like 16,
14,
13.
15,
14.
She's
right?
supposed to be like 13 or 14, which was
oh
marriageable
my God.
age.
Yeah, 14 years I
Yeah.
think it was.
Yeah.
But it's the commentary of this is not really right anyway, and
Yeah.
there's a point to make you feel uncomfortable watching it.
Well,
Well,
originally, Romeo and Juliet was a comedy, not a tragedy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be played for comic, and over time it's been turned into this great lover's tragedy, and that's not what it's supposed to be.
Oh, if you want
Why
that, go with
Shakespeare
Tristan
wrote
and
it?
Isolde.
Pardon?
I said if you want something more like that, go with Tristan and Isolde.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Meanwhile, no one bats an eye when Ariel, at the end of Little Mermaid, gets married to a grown-up man, and she's 16 years old.
No, and hey, for the time that was, well, I was going to say for the time that was old, but the reality is that's not how the fairy tale goes.
That still wouldn't work then. So no one batted an eye, and we know that there's not much time passing within the film between the start and finish. So it looks like she'd grown a year or two. So like that was awkward, and like kind of like no one batted an eye at that either.
Well, in the original, she doesn't even end up with Eric.
Are we talking the original story?
Yeah, in the original.
You mean
yeah,
Hans Christian's story?
Yeah.
No.
Ooh, yeah, go read that.
Yeah, no, but in the original story, she doesn't end up with him.
No.
He rejects her, and she turns herself into sea foam.
Yeah.
Not willingly, but yeah, she's just so desperate, so devastated.
It's really an interesting story. It is a not an allegory, but akin to an allegory on how sacrifice is a far nobler thing than even love, because it is love. It's ultimate love.
My take from the original story was that the grass is always greener somewhere else, but
there is that too.
When
Yeah.
sometimes when you get that, it ends up it's not that sweet as you thought it is. So.
Oh, no, it's not sweet at all. Hans Christian Andersen did not write sweet stories.
No, he wrote tragedies for children.
Yeah.
It's just like, what?
Yeah.
Although, truth be told,
They're good stories.
he
but
wasn't lying to children. He wasn't sugarcoating his
not
stories.
in the
He was
least. No.
He was kind of preparing children for the sad reality of life, I guess. So, in a way, he was kind of doing kids a favor. It's Disney that sugarcoated those stories and made people believe that everything's possible if you try hard enough.
And sing.
Or you sell your voice to a sea witch. But yeah, it's kind of bizarre.
My two favorite Danny Kaye movies: Hans Christian Andersen and The Five Pennies.
Oh, not the Court Jester?
I like The Court Jester.
Okay, my favorite is the Court Jester. Five Pennies is kind of sad for me.
It is.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I'm going to take that back. Favorite Danny Kaye movie is White Christmas.
It is on my yearly watch.
It is on my yearly watch. I'm sorry, but when he's dancing... what was her name? Vera Ellen? The woman who's the sister? Rosemary Clooney and Vera Ellen. Yeah, so when he's dancing with her, that is amazing. Those two were amazing dancers. Her costumes were kind of weird, but she's a dancer. Which is neither here nor there. Does anybody have anything else we need to kill this morning?
Tholian ships, just 5 of them. So
I need 10.
Let's go do Tholian Red Alert.
All right.
Okay, because I need to do a Red Alert.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
And we need to do that ourselves, right?
No.
Can we do it privately?
We can do it privately, but we can team for it. It's easy.
Okay.
I think we can team for that one. Yep, there we go.
We will.
There
we
we
will.
go.
Then we share the kills, so perfect.
Oh, there's a sexy Borga simulator in the... Is that section 31?
So, getting back to Jeri Ryan, who I don't like for other reasons, which I'll go into someday. She came out in the silver catsuit, which was amazing. No question about that.
It was amazing, yeah.
And within, like, days, she was... The garments they had to put on underneath that to make everything show up the way they wanted it to were so tightly fitted that she wound up with massive bruises every place, and she couldn't wear it because it was excruciating.
And she couldn't breathe properly.
So that's when they switched her over to the less attractive brown one. Plus, I have a sneaky feeling Kate Mulgrew wasn't real thrilled with having a...
Oh,
Didn't she pull up a tantrum when she saw her in the jumpsuit?
Yeah, I had heard that. I have not heard that as fact, only as rumor, but I could see that. So my dislike for Jeri Ryan, much as I like her in a lot of her roles, I really do, is that she was married to I believe a junior state senator from Illinois, and they got divorced, and he was trying to, they got divorced and they had a child, and the court records were sealed about that, but in the course of the divorce, some nasty rumors came out, and she allowed the court records to be unsealed. which destroyed his career. And he would have been probably the first not criminal senator we had had in Illinois in decades.
Well, if the stuff that came out about him was so dirty and gross, then...
No, it wasn't. It wasn't dirty and gross. She made accusations about their sex life, and it wasn't dirty and gross, but it was one of the things she was doing to, because she wanted to protect their son, except when she decided to play dirty and ruin his career. So I guess, they were normally sexually active. Everybody's got a couple of kinks here and there. But she used it to damage his career. Well, I hear my Twitter going off, and I don't see what that is. There it is. Oh.
Well, I
Hang on a
don't
second.
like to, get into people's private lives.
Yeah, and it sure as heck didn't need to become public. Steam has a $50 gift card.
Yeah, I'm not clicking that. I don't trust it.
It's actually coming from Steam Community, and it says I'm not eligible.
Good morning, Mom.
Good morning. So I don't know if that's legit, but do that one.
Yeah,
at your
because I got one from Polarcade, and I trust Polarcade.
Yeah, this one's from
But
Polarcade.
Yeah, and it's and he sent it as a private message, and at everyone and here, I don't trust that link.
No, I went to the link itself,
Yeah.
which seems to be legit. But I don't do Steam, and it's apparently... I'm not going to click on it because that doesn't sound quite right.
Is this for Star Trek?
It just says it's a Steam gift card. It doesn't say what it's for.
Well, Steam gift card can be a wallet charge up for Steam. It can be a
Yeah, the fact
bundle
that it came back
Steam
with
is-
"you're not eligible for it" makes me feel slightly less.
That's definitely wrong because that's Steam to decide if you're eligible for it, not a page.
No. I went to the page from the Steam page, and it
Yeah,
said,
but do you have a login?
"I do have a login."
Steam?
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
That's
indeed.
Weird.
But it looks like it's somewhat based on, how long you play and how much you do. So, let's see. Rosemary Clooney, White Christmas was the aunt of Academy Award winning actor George Clooney. Okay, so here's my George Clooney story. He was in a TV show, I think it was ER.
Yeah.
Way back in the day, which they did the hospital scenes at the University of Chicago Hospital, which is where I worked at that time. And okay, I never met him, never saw it, but they did a lot of the filming in different floors and with different things from where I worked. I was in the DCAM and they were over in the main buildings. But the air nurses were so hot for him. I mean, the air nurses are amazing. They're the people who go up in the helicopter to do in-air...
Well, the women of the world were hot for him at that time.
Yeah, but he actually got to work kind of with them. So when he was leaving, they brought their helmets to him, their helicopter helmets, for him to autograph. And it's like, he signed my helmet. And I think none of them
I'm
ever
never
were.
gonna wash it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm never washing this again. And you kind of have to keep everything really, really clean. So those helmets, and their helmets are really expensive, got put to the side. They all bought themselves new ones. No, I never met him. I did meet somebody from, actually, a couple of famous actors and actresses, and I can't even say who because of HIPAA, but they had family members who wound up coming through my area, and I got to meet all kinds of fun people.
What's HIPAA?
HIPAA, Health and Information Privacy Act of America, which is basically if you have access to medical information from a patient up to and including who they are and who their family is, you have a legal obligation not to spill the beans about any of it. That way only the like insurance companies who have a need to access the information and have been given written or court documents to let them have that information can have it. So My husband's going through all this stuff, and now I'm trying to get his medical benefits, or sorry, his survivor benefits for me from the veterans group. The only way they can access his records is for me to sign a release of confidentiality to them so they can go back and confirm that he did indeed have this disease and was under treatment for it. Even though he's dead, I had to go through a whole bunch of steps to get that release to him. And in theory, nobody should have access to your medical records unless there's a need and you've given them permission. Sharknado!
Yeah, nope.
Nope, they shouldn't have information, or nope, it doesn't work.
No. That $50 thing.
It's a scam?
It's a scam.
Okay, thanks.
Because my thing's going off again, and
Drunken Hair, take the VA.
Well, happy Memorial Day, everybody.
And to you, too.
You're not working today, Mom?
Well, probably, but not at the office. I've learned my lesson. It took me 40 plus years to go, hey, you don't have to work on the days off. Dang, what a good idea.
That is a good idea, yes.
Yeah, I
Well,
saw
I'm working
everyone
2 weeks,
on in here, which I don't normally see on early mornings.
Well,
Thought
I'm
I'd
not
pop
at work
in.
this week, so will I pop in?
It sucks. The
What
weather
sucks?
sucks.
Why?
Why?
It's cloudy and rainy, and we're supposed to have a picnic today.
Oh, I can give you my weather. It's hot and sunny, and I hate it, and my dog hates it, and I'm sick and tired of it.
Well, it's kind of hard to have a
Take it away.
picnic outside when it's like this.
yeah,
Yeah,
Because
let's talk
it-
weather.
it's,
Let's figure out a way.
yeah. Whatever you do, don't click that link because it just got spammed all over Izzy's
Okay.
Discord.
Alrighty. Yeah, got
Ouchie. Well, that's never good.
No. Let's see. It is. It's a little foggy. It looked like it rained last night. My backyard is semi-flooded. So there's a corner of my yard which holds water because it's a little bit lower, but then they've built up the earth around the bottom of the fence, so it's like a little pool. And somebody said, turn that into a rain garden. Dig it out a little bit further so it's about 8 inches lower than everything else so the rain will pool there deliberately. And then you put in plants, native plants like grasses and flowers that absorb the water faster. So you don't have pooled water and the dogs will be happy with that.
That is such a good idea. I've seen those. They can be quite nice and shade a little bit, maybe. If you put like something that grows a little bit taller.
I would like something
Around it.
tall because I really would like to encourage my dogs not to just bark at everybody else.
That's what a
Yeah.
fence is for.
I have a fence. I have a very good fence, but the neighbors have grandkids who are younger and they think my dogs are friendly and they should come over and pet them. That would not be a good thing. So that side is
yeah.
going to be either a privet hedge or a whole bunch of arborvitae. But arborvitae for decent sized ones are like $50 and I have a, I don't know, 100-foot run. So that's 25 plants. You can do the math.
Yeah.
So I think that's a next year thing. This is an HOA, so you can have certain kinds of fences, but they have to be like a chain link fence, and you can't do the blankets that go on chain link fences to visually blind things. But I can put up a hedge, and I can put up trees. So Drunken Heretic, if and when they approve this, and the guys from the VFW are like, there's no reason they shouldn't approve this. He died from something that's absolutely covered for benefits. But I'm just waiting. If and when that first check comes, that'll be great, and then there's a small amount of money for the rest of my life. And if they think I'm going to die before this comes through, they are incorrect. But and the VA people are very nice. It's just there's nothing they can do. It's sitting on somebody's desk. So it goes on 1 year. I am at 11 months right now from my original VA filing. Next month will be a year. But at least Christmas, if it comes through next year, Christmas should be very good for everybody. I can play Oprah. And here's your car, and here's the car for you. Shall we do one more before I get out of here for the morning and go start working on stuff?
Sure.
So I have to move everything out of the spare bedroom because I'm going to have to move in some stuff. Speaking of, well, we can deal with that later, but I have a desk now for you. For eventually. I don't know if you need a desk, but I have that. What do we have?
Let's see.
To do some
that's fine.
anti-proton damage. So
I'm happy to do some AP damage. Do you have a preference?
nothing specific. I just need to do it in space.
Spacey
You have a good
AP
copy.
damage. Does anybody have anything spacey they would like to do, need to do, etc.? Oh,
I
guess
could
I'm
use
done with
CE.
that. Pardon?
I could use CE.
CE?
Oh, crystalline entity.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure. Yeah. I'm good to queue for that. Dread Knight, do you want to join us for a little crystalline entity?
Yeah, I'll have to start everything up.
Well, go start
but
everything up
sure.
if you want to. You don't have to, just offering.
No, I'm sorry. I literally just woke up, so
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still trying to fight off the sleepiness a little bit.
No worries. If you don't want to, that's fine. Drunken Heretic
No,
just joined us.
I can do it. I just need,
Okay.
like I said, start everything up.
Okay, go start your stuff up. As I was saying earlier, I wanted to do it first thing yesterday morning and finish it off. I was trying to see if I had anything that required energy or kills, and nothing popped up.
Just waiting for my arc to start up.
And
for
then
now.
nothing popped in the morning. A little bit later in the day, everything went crazy. My little furry alarm clock did not get up in the middle of the night last night, which was just wonderful because they've been tending to get up at 1 in the morning now that they know they can go out in the middles. One of my projects for today is to buy those magnetic screens for the back doors.
So,
they're
Mom,
Mm-hmm.
my kitty did something really cute and funny this morning.
And
well,
that is...
last night. So I accidentally dropped an ice cube
Yeah.
out of the freezer when I was trying to get some for my water, and she picks it up and carries it into the other room.
Aw. It was totally adorable. Yeah, the dog alarm decided to go off about 4:15 this morning, which is fine since I get up at 4:30.
Good morning, Vi. She's just sitting there on the floor, like looking up at me, like, what? She knows I'm talking about her.
Well, with the weather still being pleasant, it's easy enough to leave my doors open at night, but that means bugs coming in, which I can live with. It's still too early for mosquitoes. But the mosquitoes will be coming.
Mosquitoes are evil.
They should be annihilated.
Same here, Drunken Heretic. I need to take both dogs to the vet to get them on tick pills or whatever those are.
I'm coming up.
Heartworm pills.
Now.
And I might as well get their nails clipped while they're there because you know what I don't like doing is clipping their nails.
Okay, I'm on, Mom.
Okay.
I'm on my honored first.
Let me reload that since sometimes it doesn't like me. Why am I not seeing you? Oh, there you are. Because you were at the very top of the list and I didn't see you.
Interesting.
There we go. Now we got a full team. Let us queue up here. This will probably take a couple minutes if anybody needs to figure stuff out. Oh, I guess not.
Wee woo.
Wee woo.
Yoo-hoo!
That's one big ship if I've ever seen one. That's the second one. That's not the Styx, right? Gideon.
Drunken Heretic.
I didn't seem to make it in for some reason. Oh, there we go.
You're there.
Okay.
You're in the team.
Wait, what?
That's the Archeon. Right.
Oh, that's an Atron? Whoa.
Yep.
I have one of those
Why am-
still in a box.
Why are you warping out and I'm not?
Because I beamed up, I wanted to see what Gideon was flying.
Ah. Well, he's actually above Sol, so...
Yeah, no, well, from the ground you can't get any info for what's going on in
Oh.
space. But if I beam up, then I can take a look at stuff.
For a moment there, I thought you were just...
Yeah, when you're on the ground, every ship is identical.
Yeah, I know.
So
I just initially thought you were warping into the
no,
TFO.
no,
and
no,
I'm
no,
like,
no,
"What?"
no, no. Just because there's 5 of us, we need to get 5 on the other side and get them ready.
Here
I like the lighting around Romulus.
I love
I'm-
New Romulus. It is my
Yeah.
home away from home.
Oh, is that where you guys are?
No, that's where I am.
There
we go.
I'm warping into the Sol system right now.
And then you're going to warp right into Crystalline Catastrophe.
Yeah, man. It's being slow.
Yep.
There it goes.
There we are.
I,
Sporting my
I
lovely
warp
Connie
into
Queen.
Sol and then immediately warp out.
Yep. But you're here now. Yeah, I have an Atron which I have not put together yet. I need it for something I'm
Now you have
doing.
the Styx. Is it better? Is the Acheron better than the Styx? 'Cause I heard very mixed reviews about it.
Well, I need it for the aesthetic more than I need it for the ship quality.
They have actually accidentally released the model before it was released in the game. And you could, if you had the Styx, you could swap into it, and I still
Oh.
have my Styx looking like it. I mean, it's not refined, but you can still have it. And
Is
if you don't
everybody
go to
getting
the
their
trailer,
Tholians?
I mean, I already got Tholians in the red alert, so... Oh, no, feedback! Oh, got out of range in time.
Ouch.
Did you get
Yeah,
killed?
that's an ouch I was trying to
Yeah.
avoid.
Don't do that.
Like, all I did was, I just barely made it into the fight and then I explode.
Yeah, keep an eye on the crystalline entity. When it hits 66 and 33, get out.
Oh,
Since you
one,
can't
three,
do the
that's
hug
over.
anymore.
That's a little hard for this ship, but
Well, then you stay on the periphery and you just shoot crystals and things like that. But in the good old days, when this used to be a lot harder than it is now, you could get into the very core of the crystalline entity and right on top of it and do what's called the hug and just stay there.
So it wouldn't
And-
damage you with the feedback?
Nope. Right at the core it would not. So if you can imagine that the damage started from 0.1 kilometers and went out from there. They have changed that.
Right. Well, obviously, because people were trying to be smart about it.
Yeah, so I mean, there's ways around it, but
They really do act like the Avengers. They don't prevenge, they avenge. So
that one
if
really...
we do, if we do something and they don't like it, they'll change it. But only
well,
There's
until it
something
really
we don't like, but they don't change, yeah.
exactly right.
but if
Especially if it's a bug.
atheist means without theism, or atheism is without theism, wouldn't avengers be without venging? No?
Let's see. What are my endeavors for...
Have to look into that.
I
Or
had
something.
to destroy Terran Empire ships.
Is this event over today or is it over tomorrow?
There is 3 days, 7 hours, and 44 minutes left on red alerts.
Oh, so it goes through Thursday. Okay,
Yep.
that's interesting.
Not for that. Finishing today, later in the evening. And you get some dilithium in.
Drunken Heretic says the Styx is a better torp boat and the Etron is better side carrier, excuse me.
Ooh.
I hadn't thought about that as a carrier.
Well, I'm a side main. That might have been interesting. I'm still like look at the potential ships for the yearly event. And currently, like between, I still don't like its design, but I hear it performs amazingly. The Texas class. I kind of wanted the Farragut, the ugly, Strange New Worlds.
Yeah, the
Kit
Farragut
Bash,
has
Miranda.
purposes. Who's talking to me about T5 ships? Because I have some T5 coupons.
I have them. I don't know what to get for them.
Let's see.
They're really only good nowadays for the Terran skins that are on some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Somebody had a suggestion about one, though.
I'm also curious about the Mars class. So I'm like between these, and I was eyeing the Acheron because I do like massive.
It's definitely
ships.
massive.
Yeah, Styx is almost the same length. It's just like less
So-
volume, I think.
Somebody had suggested playing with the Garamba Siege Destroyer.
I heard it's a decent ship.
Yeah, for a T5.
It's just weird. Like I don't know. It looks like a flying claw backwards.
Think of it more like a ram's head. You know, with the horns pointing back.
Yeah, kinda. It gives me the vibe of that Strange New World, what's it called? Gorn thingy.
Oh,
Except
yeah.
that one spins, but it also has claws. But I think they're facing different direction. I think they're facing forward with the claws.
All right, I do have work to do, but you guys want to do one more?
Yep.
I've already logged off.
Okay, no worries. Do you have a taste for something, Chris, for our last one then?
I don't know. I mean, get to whenever. I'm just gonna.
Drunken Heretic? I tell you what, how about just another red alert?
I have to do Polaron damage in space.
How much damage do you need to do?
500,000.
Do you have Polaron on your ship?
I should. I'm a Jemadar.
Well, double check and we can go do...
Yes.
Okay.
Everything I have is Polaron.
You guys good with the Hive Onslaught then? That'll give you enough time to get your 500,000.
That sounds good to me.
Okie dokie, here we go. That should pop up fairly quickly.
We hope.
There's 4 of us queued for it. We just need one more person. That shouldn't be too bad.
I didn't get a wee woo.
Because it hasn't weebooed yet.
Yeah, because we
Oh,
don't.
you know what?
Queued,
Yeah,
actually.
we are. It did this because... Yeah, hang on a second here. Because it was still in that team. So let me get him... There we go.
Hello
And let me
there, Mr.
re-queue.
Jem'Hadar.
Let me re-queue for that one now. I forgot that he was still in the private queue. There we go.
There we
Wee-woo?
go.
Except wee woo.
Wonder how the survivability of this ship is gonna be. They swapped again. Can't help it.
This is my standard ship, so I'll go play tank on this one.
I'm in the future Voyager.
And I'm in a Jemadar battle
The
cruiser.
carrier.
Is that the
Oh,
battle
battle
cruiser?
cruiser.
Yeah, it
Battle
is.
cruiser.
I did like the tier 5 Dreadnought. Did it get an update visuals with the tier 6 version of something?
Probably.
The tier 5 Dreadnought, Jem'Hadar Dreadnought. I loved it. It was so massive.
The extra person in our group is named Clam. hope you're getting your 500,000.
It's going up quickly.
It should in this one.
It better.
Lots
I'm
of
up
shooty
over
stuff.
100,000 already.
Not quite full inventory or something.
Strangely enough, the spheres seem to ignore me, which is
Yeah.
unusual for this ship.
Up to 200,000.
Someone's drawing attention more than anyone else. I'm running by a wheel build.
There we go.
Oh, snatched me with a tractor beam. Finally, they noticed me.
Why does this not like me today? No? I always like it when bits of debris just come floating across my line of vision.
Almost there.
Oh,
Especially with the
Almost there.
Unimatrix vessels that are floating about and cubes and everything. They could have added like the option that we have, like if someone has a tractor beam
Done.
repulsor, you push away all this debris about.
Oh, that would be
to the
fun.
side. Yeah,
2 cutscenes? That's not good.
yeah. Of course, it has to be a double one. They can't fix it. They tried so many times, still doing the double cutscene.
Doesn't
it
do it
triple
consistently,
last
though. It does it when it wants to do it.
The game is very desperate to making it at least twice.
We want you to see the cutscene, dagnabbit.
You made such a good cutscene, you need to watch it.
Your efforts are futile. Destroy this vessel, and I will claim another.
Yep.
Makes
Got it.
A whole
Right
lot
in time.
easier.
Sub-nuked her right in time, it was just like 10% of my health. I'm pretty sure this is the end for you.
Right?
It is,
For
yeah.
this version of you, anyway. Until they clone another.
Well, thank you, Mom. That got me that done.
Got you your 500,000 the easy peasy way.
Yep. The other ones I have are kind of annoying.
Yeah, well, I have the other 3 accounts to do yet, but I don't have to do them this minute, so I'm going to go down and contemplate my existence on this planet.
The other one I have to do is Herc Frigates.
Oh, we did that earlier. You should have joined us. See, this is why you need to get up early and join us, because we did Swarm earlier, because I had Herc
Well,
frigates.
I mean, I was up until like 1 in the morning
Nope,
on
nope,
my
nope,
Pathfinder
nope,
game, so...
nope, nope, nope. I used to do that. Right now I'm still so in the I have to be up at 4 in the morning stuff for this, so no. I went to bed at like 8:30 last night, and it's 8:30. It's still light here. And my alarm was going, yes, but you have to get up in 7 hours. Shoot. And it's true, I do. All right, folks. Yeah, we'll do a show this evening, and I'll be out there today and tomorrow. Wednesday I have class, so we'll try and get 4 shows in this week. Let's see what happens. Everyone have a great morning, and as we like to say around here, Ed, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. Stay moopsome.
Moopsie, moopsie.
Shun the non-believer. Shun. Shun.